Good morning everyone. Well, I'm just going to give you a quick update as to what we've been doing the last few days. It's been a bit a stop and start because of Mel's neck. As I've mentioned previously in videos, he doesn't do very well looking up above, so we've just been taking it slow after the first day of getting loads done, just so that Mel can take a break and not do any long-term damage to his neck, which is obviously really important. So let me show you what we did yesterday, or rather what Mel did yesterday. I'm super proud of him. He's done a fabulous job on the cladding, and I love my little lights. So what Mel's done is he's wired using the same electrical cable that was put in for the original light, so that it opens when the sliding door opens. But what we've done is popped these little spotlights in instead, so they will do the same job as that initial door opening connection. There is actually one on the other side of the van. As you can see, that one's come on, which is still connected to the wiring over on the other side. We will be blanking that off. So that's today's job. Let's get in the van and I'll show you a quick update of what we've done over the last few days. So this is the first update. I finished my cubby holes. What do you think? Do you think it's all right? I covered it in carpet, lined the cupboards with carpet, and then I've just done an edge round. This one was my first one, so not so good. And as I progressed through, I got better and better at folding and tucking the carpet round, and just finished off with these extra length poly tops, or similar to poly tops, to pop the panel back onto the door. So it mirrors the panel here, and it will be the same as this panel again. This is the status of the roof cladding so far, or rather the ceiling cladding. Mel did a beautiful little fillet in yesterday, so it's just a tiny sliver just to butt up against the carpet like so. The cable which runs to the back of the vehicle can't help that, so he's just shaped it really nicely round. Again, we've just changed where the carpet is, so we've just tucked it and made it look nice. Another piece going all the way and shaped it up until the curve. And then what we're going to do over here is do some kind of edging, but we're having to be very careful with the airbags. So that's what we've done so far. Again, screwed where we could as far as possible, and then the rest is just tucked in over the bulkhead. And the same on this side. Got a little bit of tidying up to do from like the cutting out yesterday. And this side looks the same as well, so nice fillet, little bit of a gap, because we're not so worried about this side, because the kitchen boarding and the wall and everything and the storage is going to go in here, so the ceiling up to this point is going to be covered, so we don't need to worry about tucking all this cabling back in. We still need to disconnect this light, like I said. This cable is coming down through the center of this pillar, and we're going to attach it again in the cupboard, because that is feeding the potential new lights, well, the new lights that are going to be fitted in around the skylight, because I'm going to have some LEDs that shine down on the bed area for some mood lighting. Today's task is to notch out the edge of the cladding, both left and right, so that we can get the surround fitted, because with the added strip of the roller blind and the fly net curtain, you just need to allow for the aperture of the square and then notch back for taking into account the extra blinds and fly screen. So that's the job today. And isn't it a beautiful sunny day? We are so much happier when it's dry and we can be outside. So there you have it, guys. that's the update of what we've been up to. And I'm able to still stand up in the van, which is brilliant. Love the skylight, so we might even crack that open today. But yeah, it's finally feeling more like we've broken the back of the boring parts of a van build. I don't know about you, but the first stages of the van build are always pretty boring, standard. You don't really know quite how things are going to play out until you start to put the layers on. It's like a painting, isn't it? You kind of start to formulate what you want as you go along. This van is really different in terms of having to think even more than a large van like I did before. Had I started with this van as a project, as my first van, let's say, I think I would have found it easier in some ways to make decisions because there's not so much space to play with and you can kind of go for the standard layouts, because it's a much smaller van for starters, so there's not so much area to cover. I definitely learnt not to clad everywhere just because that was really time consuming and a lot more expensive in the long run than carpeting. I think you still have to be careful where you carpet because obviously if you're going to be in and out of the van a lot, it's not something that's going to be easily kept clean. But because I've got a mixture of textiles coming in and everything else is going to be wipeable, I think it'll be all right. So the majority of the carpeting is actually in the bedroom area, and that's where you're just going to be sleeping and resting. So that's not going to be a problem. I would say the ceiling was definitely more complicated in this van, as was the floor. So that's something that just flips on its head compared to a large van build. The large van build, it was the volume of how much area needed to be covered, which was a challenge. But the ceiling and floor were super simple, so simple, because I did it by myself. Whereas this one, there's a lot more curves. This van also tapers to the back, so you've got more scribing to consider. And also, Mel, bless him, has done an amazing job for the fact that he hates looking up, so it has just taken a little bit more time, but I'm so grateful to him for being a part of this van build this time round. And we are talking about doing a large van at the end of this year for our forever home, so watch this space when in the autumn we'll be sorting and looking at a new van and starting that project in winter of 2023. So for now, we just want to get this one sorted. We're going to do a couple of tweaks to Mary, as you will see over on Mel's channel, and we will be good to go and explore for the summer and make loads of fun treasure hunting videos, travel videos, whatever we end up doing, to be honest. We're just gonna enjoy the year and see what happens next. So anyway, enough chatting. I'm going to put the kettle on because everybody appreciates a cup of tea before they start, myself included. And yeah, we're going to start cutting out this surround for the skylight. If anyone is interested in this skylight, then please get in touch. Check it out online and look at the other videos. We've bumped into 2 other people that also have the same skylight and they love it too. So yeah, if you want a super duper massive amount of light in your van, I would highly recommend this one. It's the second best decision I made for the van. I would like a pop top, but finances are being what they are. I will have to save up and get it in a couple of years' time, which is fine. So this is the next best option. So if you're looking at this going, I don't know whether you're going to survive in a van this small, don't worry. We have got ideas and ways in which we are going to adapt it going forward, but we have to just, you know, make decisions as we go, and finances are a big factor in that decision making. Right, let's get cracking. Oh, by the way, does anyone like my fringe? I cut it yesterday. Try and give myself a bit more of a ladylike look. And I've got hardly any of my blonde left. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should stay dark or should I go back to being blonde? Mel likes me blonde, but I'm not sure whether I want to stay blonde or whether I want to try a different colour this year. Thoughts down below. See you later. Dare I say it? Mel has done it, finally. He has succeeded in the installation of the Hecky 2.
Not quite yet.
Ba-bum.
I'm having to use these rather long wood screws because the Hecky skylight, when you order it, you get a choice of different brackets that actually hold it to the roof. They're colour coded. We've just looked in the manual, and the ones that came with Rebecca's skylight are grey, and they're for the thinner caravan roofs. What we need is is it the red ones? Mm-hmm. So I'm just putting this up now, so that it's safe, so it's out of the way, because it is a very fragile frame and it's getting in the way. So we're just going to screw it into place, and then later on Rebecca's going to order some of the proper brackets with the proper screws, and then we'll swap them over. Very, very difficult to get in place because you have to thread it through into the bracket. I'm only doing them up gentle, I'm not putting any pressure under there. That noise is the bit slipping because my screwdriver bit's a bit knackered. It's worn out, a bit like me.
Oh, you're really selling it.
So we're fitting the skylight in using, unfortunately, wood screws, 3mm by 50mm long, because Rebecca's roof is so well insulated, it's quite deep, and the brackets that came with the Hecky skylight are grey, and they're for the thinner caravan type roofs. But because this is a self-built camper van, the roof is considerably thicker, and so the brackets that came with the Hecky skylight aren't quite deep enough. But we've just looked through the manual, and apparently you can order brackets that are suitable for a thicker roof, and obviously those brackets come with better screws. So we're just going to screw this up in place just so that it's safe and out of the way, and we can get some idea of what it's going to look like. We need to work out how to put lights in this as well, and Becky's going to order some of the other proper brackets later on, but at least it's up and it's safe out of the way because it's quite fragile. Yeah, happy with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks great.
Looks smart, doesn't it? It's got things that go in here to fill the gaps. I'll do that in a mo. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Just pinching it up. Hopefully it stays up there. Should be alright.
Well, we're not going to be hanging on it, are we? So.
Yes, the sun is out. Summer's coming. 16 screws in all. I remember having to do this when I fitted my mate John's skylight. Exactly the same skylights he had, and again the brackets weren't big enough, but then his one that I fitted to his camper van was reclaimed from an old caravan.
That was when it was sweating away in the summer, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was baking hot, and I fell off a ladder. And he laughed, he thought it was funny. I have to give him a call actually. See how he's doing. That's with it blacked out.
Ooh.
And then
Fly screen.
flat screen.
That's cool.
That is cool, isn't it? That's very cool.
Ooh,
Flaky.
steady on.
I don't know, otherwise
Yeah.
they might get damaged. They're very flexible, aren't they? Oh yeah, look at that.
Do they go up against the form of the
Yeah,
plastic?
looks
Yeah.
like it. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's bloody smart, that is.
It's an investment, but it certainly makes a wonderful open light bedroom. It wasn't cheap, but if you shop around you'll get a good price because they do vary so much. I managed to get this one £100 cheaper than a lot of websites just by shopping around.
I like that. I do like that.
Are you pleased that I chose to do that?
Yeah, I like that. That's going to be nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm about ready for a coffee.
I whistle for Tim to make another one.
Whistle?
Yeah.
Will he make you one?
I don't know, I can ask. Or I can just go make it ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's a better option.
Looks so lovely.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. So that's that for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and we're going to have some lunch, get a bit of break, and we're going to start on fitting the rather large pull-out drawer this afternoon.
Yeah,
Just going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next job.
So you'll see that in the next video. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Don't forget to check out this video.
Yeah, what he said.